So tell me who you are.
Mitch Arnold.
Where and what year did you graduate from high school?
Effingham High School in 1980.
What sports did you play in high school?
Basketball, baseball.
Talk about your high school sports career, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior.
Okay, basketball. I played all 4 years varsity. Got to play a little bit my freshman year. Started 3 years. Baseball started all 4 years in baseball, varsity, and that's it on sports.
How about as far as include your teammates and your coaches?
Well, of course, Uwe Bob came here, and then a bunch of my friends, Dale Groupie, Dallas Osborne, and then Coach Maxton, of course.
Talk about some of the players that you played against.
In high school, he ended up playing against Russell Cross. He was a first team All-American. Then in an All-Star game, played against Doc Rivers, which he's still coaching for the Clippers right now. He was a first team All-American. Played against one of the Bardo boys. I can't remember what his first name is. It's been so long. In, what was it? It was the sectional, I believe, down in Marion. So I played against some good high school.
What about some teams that you played against?
Well, Chicago Manly, they ended up beating us, I think by 7 or 8 in the, what was it? We were Division II. Yeah, Double A. There was only A and Double A. Manly, Russell Cross played for Manly, and they beat us in Champaign by 6 or 7, I think it was, for a championship game.
What were your favorite gyms in high school?
Well, I always liked going to SIU because that's where we played our super sectionals. And then, of course, they were all little gyms around here. So really, Effingham, just because we practiced there all the time and it wasn't very big. So it was hard for other teams to come in and play. Yeah.
Add any stories you like to add during your high school career?
No, not really. Everything went pretty good. Yeah.
Talk about your after high school. Where did you go to college?
Okay, I signed to go to the University of Illinois. I went there for half a semester. When I went to Illinois, Derek Harper was coming in the same year I was. I went there for half a semester, and then I transferred to Fresno State University in California.
Who recruited you?
Well, for Fresno, it was, you're asking me a long time ago. Gosh dang it. Coach Thrash from Fresno State. He used to live in Fresno a long time ago, and he came back and recruited me real hard. So whenever I left Illinois, I decided to go there just because of him.
At the college level, talk about your career, including your teammates and coaches.
Well, we ended up, let's see, 1982, we got beat by Georgetown in Provo, Utah in the NCAA tournament. Next year, we won the NIT tournament in New York. We beat DePaul that year. Next year, we got beaten in the NCAA tournament by Louisiana Tech. Carl Malone was a senior that year. And then my last year there, we got beat by UCLA at UCLA, and Reggie Miller was a senior there whenever we got beat there my last year.
So kind of talk about, you mentioned some of the players that you played against and whatnot, but talk about some of the teams that you played against.
Okay. Georgetown, 1982. That's whenever Ewing was a freshman, Patrick Ewing. 1980, 84, we played Houston in Hawaii whenever they had Olajuwon. And we ended up beating them by 5 or 6, and that's probably the one I'll remember probably best of all is us beating them. So.
Name some of your favorite facilities in which you played in college.
Well, we played Madison Square Garden. We played, our conference tournament was held in Inglewood. That's where the Lakers used to play. So those two right there probably.
Add any stories you'd like to add during your college career?
No, not really. Just we played against a lot of good players, just put it that way. And I don't know, Leon Woods, he was first team All-American whenever I was there we played against. Like I said, played against a lot of good players.
Did you receive any awards?
I was honorable mention All-American my last year at Fresno in 1985.
Mitch, thank you for your time. I appreciate you talking with me.
Okay, thank you.